All right, we are back. Dynasty Trades in 5. I'm Clay.
I'm Shane.
We're doing that intro thing again?
No,
Sometimes.
very briefly, and then we're getting into some trades. What's up, everyone? Let's get right into one, boys. 10-team, 1 QB, PPR, start 9. Give Jonathan Taylor, get Antonio Gibson, and 223 firsts projected mid to late. What do you got?
JT.
Well, it's only start 9. That's the problem, right?
And it's 10 teams,
and
so
it's
12 team equivalent.
And it's 10
that's like
team.
Yeah, that's like start 7 in a 12 team.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
So
right.
yeah, the math on those first is meh. I'm all right. I'll hold on to Jonathan Taylor in this particular trade.
All right, we will hide that one. Shane, you're looking good, by the way. You got a fresh haircut there.
Yeah, got a nice.
You're looking pretty studly. He's got girls now, everyone. Okay, 12-team Superflex, half PPR, full point PPR for tight end, start 9. So side A is 103, Jameis Winston and Kenny G. Side B is a 23 first projected late, Darren Waller and Calvin Ridley. What do you think, dudes?
I mean, the 103 and the 23 first are kind of, I think, a neutral swap. And honestly, I think most of us would probably take the 23 first. But then Darren Waller, I mean, I would take Darren Waller even in tight end premium just for the positional advantage in start 9. Calvin Ridley, I mean, honestly, you could say Calvin Ridley and Kenny Golladay. As much as we don't want Calvin Ridley, like those are almost a wash. And I'd almost rather have Calvin Ridley because I think
I'd rather have Ridley. There's more.
Yeah, people will buy into him if he comes
yeah.
back. So yeah, give me the side B all day.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty easy. Good job. Go get side B. Hopefully that you're side B and not side A. Because if you're side A, then you're making a bad deal.
That's a trash. It's a trash can deal right off the bat. Okay, let's go. Let's go this one here. 12-team Superflex PPR start 11 gave on the clock the 201, a 23 second, and got a 23 first. I love it.
So we're
who's
just
asking this? This is just a bragging question. Like, oh, right. I got a 23 first for the 201 and a 23 second. Come on.
It's only is nicely done.
That's like coming here and being like, oh, my penis is huge. Like, there's no need for that. We don't need to hear that.
Yeah. Can't wait to see the audience retention graph after that comment. Okay, we'll hide that one. Hit the delete. Okay, let's go to this one. Excuse me for clearing my throat like that. That's pretty aggressive. 10-team Superflex PPR start 9. Gave AJ Dillon and a 2023 third. Got Michael Pittman and a 23 second.
I mean, this is another start 7.5 because it's a 10-team start 9, so 12-team equivalent.
Give me the Pittman side.
The third is like a waiver wire player. The second isn't very far behind the third. So, yeah, I guess best asset would probably be. I mean, you know what? Honestly, I could argue for the running back too.
You could, but you'd be wrong.
No, but I mean, okay, let's say it's a running back you'd say is slightly a tier above Pittman. Pittman, even in this format, in a 12 or 10-team start 9, like the fringe on wide receiver 2s are barely in your lineup. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's barely in your lineup if your team is relevant.
I'm not saying I prefer Dillon to Pittman. What I'm saying is that you could have a roster construction where you're like, please, I have 7 receivers. The most I can start is 3 or 4. I want a running back. You know what I mean? So I can see the need base, but obviously there's a better chance with the second that you can add the second to another sucker and get something better than the third. So yeah, I'll take the Pittman side, but interesting trade.
I'm taking the Pittman side because these are 2 different tiers of players. AJ Dillon's a very nice running back 3, where Pittman, even if I don't believe him, has wide receiver 1 outcomes in his range.
Oh, okay, I got one, Clay. Michael Pittman or DJ Moore?
Give me DJ Moore. I can't quit DJ Moore, especially when it comes versus Michael Pittman. What do you think, Shane?
Can I get a little back more with?
Sure, the one I tried to offer you that the other day.
You could kill the deal and swap it right there.
You offered me a terrible trade the other day. You tried to get AJ Brown and DJ Moore for Michael Pittman.
No, it wasn't AJ Brown. It was
that
not
sounds
AJ
like
Brown.
my trade. You guys keep talking. I got a trade too. A trade offer. It was quite fluffy from Henry. I don't know if you're in here, Henry. Got 40 eyeballs. Oh, speaking of which, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like It's good to see you guys. You're looking beautiful out there. We're doing our subscriber trades. If you're watching on replay, we got a bunch of subs who gave us some trades, and they're also here partying live. But yeah, smash the like if you liked it. Let's move on to the next one. 12-team Superflex PPR start 11 gave Robert Woods and Juju. Robert Woods, Juju, Justin Ross, and a 23 second. Got a 23 first, 25 second. Shane loves the 2025 class, and a 25 third. Okay.
That's the dream. You gave up a bunch of stuff and got a great asset. First. Yeah, that's a great move. I mean, it really hurts giving up Justin Ross. Oh wait, no, it doesn't. Yeah, no, that's a great trade. Like I said, you're giving up a bunch of stuff. Even in a start 11, none of these guys are difference makers.
So Juju, I mean, he's not worth the 23 first, but like Shane would say, like the Robert Woods getting thrown in is like the bag of trash that you ate half the sandwich, and then Justin Ross is like the empty cup. So I mean, it's basically like you get the 23 first, and the other two pieces are just, the second and the third. 25, who cares? I mean, that's literally like free assets down the road. So yeah, all day.
All day. Okay, so this one's a good one. I was kind of on the fence about this one, so need to bring in the hired guns here. So 10-team Superflex, half PPR, full PPR for tight ends, start 9. Give Trey Lance and Joshua Palmer, get Deshaun Watson and Amon-Ra St. Brown. And the context is current QBs are Kyler and Jameis. And this guy is a top 4 team, but he's wondering if he should punt this year and make his 2023 first better or what? So what do you think, guys?
Well, I'm taking the get because Deshaun's a known entity, even if he's sitting out this year. Amon-Ra St. Brown is actually useful, whereas Joshua Palmer is not. And you don't have to punt with this trade because you still got Kyler and Jameis, so you're fine. So I'll make this deal.
Yeah, it's another 10-team start 9. So, I mean, Amon-Ra St. Brown is probably right on the fringe of usable. So, I mean, I can see wanting that side. I mean, yeah, I would do it. I take the Watson side just because I think the impacts of the quarterbacks is a little bit less, and it's almost like the Amon-Ra St. Brown versus Josh Palmer is magnified a little bit. Yep. But I agree with Shane. Like, if you could get – it's interesting. Well, let me ask you both. Would you trade right now, regardless of your team, would you trade Trey Lance for Deshaun Watson straight up?
Yes.
I don't think Clay hesitates because I've sent that same trade out a couple times on certain builds, and there's hesitation. It's not as convicted as Shane Macy seemed.
On certain builds, I wouldn't do it, but here, hold on. I think I'm kind of echoey too. Certain teams, I wouldn't do it. I'd be holding on to Lance.
Interesting.
Well, that made me so angry I turned off my camera. But no, the correct answer is Deshaun Watson. If you're counting on Trey Lance to win in 2022, you're not going to win anyway. So you might as well just wait till 2023 and get the better proven quarterback.
Okay, fair. Okay, so let's hide that one. And then I'm going to go to the favorited ones. Shane almost got favoriting privileges for tonight's show. I tried to do it, but you can only have 2 under this plan. We'd have to pay $10 more to have Shane, and he's just not worth $10 yet. So, all right. David Downey, 12-team Superflex, start 11. Traded CEH and Treylon Burks for Alberto, Chase Claypool, Amon-Ra, and 2/3.
Like it.
Yeah, I like the get side for sure. CEH has like no value right now. Guys, what would you take? 202 or CEH?
202.
Or 203 or CEH?
203.
Yeah, I would take.
How about 207?
I mean, if you're looking at running backs,
the Pierce range, and
I mean, even the running backs though, like you could sell yourself that Tyrion Davis-Price or Brian Robinson or Isaiah Spiller, like all of those guys are, could be what Clyde Edwards-Helaire is, and they probably have a little bit of a longer leash. So I mean, I can definitely see taking almost any second for him, but I think you can sell that though. If you have CEH to sell, you can probably get a late second for sure, any class or this year for sure for anybody.
I'm fine with the Burke side on this. Actually, I know it's a start 11, so it's great to have a bunch of starters, and that's what Chase Claypool and Albert. I'm not even going to attempt it.
Alberto Lebanon.
Yeah. I know some people love Alberto. He's the next hotness in tight end in the league because he has a quarterback now. No offense not there. So he's going to see at least an 80% market share probably. But no, he's just a dude. He's a low end at best low end tight end one, so like 9 points a game. Congrats. You can keep him. I'll hold on to Treylon Burks on the upside. I still believe Clyde Edwards-Helaire though. I would then peel him off and see if I can get maybe a second rounder for him.
Well, let's isolate CEH and Alberto in this trade and almost eliminate them because I think that's probably just positional need. I can see somebody making that trade if they want a tight end or want a running back. But theory-wise here, I think this is a smart trade if you're looking at receivers kind of like we do in DNC. Like they're all kind of in the same big grouping unless you think – Shane, I assume you take the Burke side because there's like a 5% chance that he's just like a stud.
He's the lottery ticket. He could be DK Metcalf if he smashes year one. He'll have DK Metcalf like mystique and value, right?
And most of the outcomes I would think on Burks is he ends up somewhere where Amon-Ra St. Brown and Chase Claypool can end up. You know what I mean? Like they're wide receiver twos, wide receiver threes. You're getting 2 for 1. That's kind of how I'd look at it. I can see it. Yeah,
it is a
even
start
better.
11. So Chase Claypool and Amon-Ra, they're definitely relevant. I think CEH. Well, let me ask you guys this: do you think if CEH has a pretty solid season and he gets a decent amount of receptions too, do you think he can get back up to first round value? Do you think he'll ever be worth a 23 first, or will you hope for a 24 first if he hits this year?
I mean, he'd need like a 60+ catch season to where you clearly look at him as a elite pass catcher. He can't just have a decent season. It has to be he's clearly a guy that you can count on going forward to do the same thing over and over. If he has that, I mean, I could see it. But with this next year's running back class too, I don't think it's going to be really hard for incumbent running backs to rise in that range. Like I have my doubts on Akers and Dobbins even being worth 23 first next year, let alone CEH.
Yeah, no. Let's keep it simple. It's not in his range of outcomes to do it. He's not good enough to put up the type of season he would need to get first round value again.
Yep. All right, Mr. Silver, he is active in the comments with us. We love you guys in the comments. 10 team double super flex. Cool guy. Are you doing any triple super flexes, guys? Full PPR, start 13. Gave Pittman, Ken Walker, Pickens, and a late 23 second. Got Mike Williams, AJ Dillon, mid 23 first. Brady, Herbert, Allen already have Evans and Diggs.
I mean, start 13. I'm probably going to stay on the Pittman.
Yeah,
I'm going to stay on the Pittman. Kennethan is how he pronounced it. Walker.
Kendrith Walker.
Pickens, who I don't even particularly like, in the 23 second because Mike Williams is a wide receiver 3. I know he had that great half of the season last year, and then the Chargers were like, oh wait, he's not actually good, and this doesn't help the team. Let's get the ball back to Keenan Allen. AJ Dillon, talked about him earlier. That mid 23 first is sexy as hell. I get it, but yeah, I'm going to keep the Gage side.
Yeah, I mean it's a 10 team start 13, so that's almost the exact equivalent of 12 team start 11.
Yep.
So I automatically like to side with 4 pieces over the 3, but then if you just line them up, Pittman's probably the most valuable, and then you can argue that Pickens in a late second almost equals Mike Williams, and then it's basically Kenneth Walker, AJ Dillon. I mean, I can see the idea of the other two sides. Like, I can see the Gott side if you're looking at the mid 23 first and thinking that that's going to be way more valuable than the late 23 second. I mean, that's the big thing in there. If you can stomach giving up the extra asset in Pickens, that's a pretty good trade. And I'm not in any 10 team I'm in a double super flex, but it's one where you don't have to start any quarterbacks. It's deep in the C4, which not start 3 though.
Okay, so deep in the C4. Oh, I'm in that one. That's a start 13, right? That one is crazy. That's
you don't have to start a quarterback though. You can start 3, but you
start
only
0 to 3.
You can start 0. Yep. And Eric won the league last year with starting 0 quarterbacks. So it just tells you they're not necessary.
The scoring is definitely depressed in that format too. 12 team super flex PPR 1.5 tight end premium start 11. Gave Jalen Hurts, got 23 first, Rashad Bateman, and David Njoku. Current QBs are now Dak and Lance. What do you think?
That's a good cash out. I mean, if you're scared of Hurts, I would have done this for Lance too, but I'm guessing he might have tried that either way, or she. Yeah, either one of those guys, I would have been fine. Like, all right, I'm getting the 2023 first. I get a wide receiver who's coveted, and a tight end that we refuse to let move on and just give up on. So I get it.
Send out to the pasture.
I'm on Njoku too, so I get it. So I like that deal.
Yep. Okay, let's go to this one. 12-team Superflex, half PPR, full PPR, tight end premium. So half PPR and then full PPR for tight ends. Give Ken Walker and Treylon Burks. Get CMC.
I mean, it's start 9, so I'm okay.
If I'm a mega contender, if I'm going for the ship, if I have a 1-year plan, I'm going CMC. Otherwise, give side, process, package.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny because this is probably worth more than a 23 first. If you add the two players together. Now, it might have been what's Kenneth Walker like? 103, 104, Burks 107, 108, 109 now probably. I mean, a lot of leagues you can't even get a 23 first for McCaffrey, so it's interesting. Yep. I don't love it because it's start 9, you know what I mean? It feels like that's a tough one. You put the picks in there. I like the pick side, but when you put the players, I'm like, Kenneth Walker and Treylon Burks. I'll lean the CMC side, but that's a close trade. I can see both.
Yeah, I'm leaning the CMC. I'm actually just taking the CMC side because I'm assuming this is a title contender. It's start 9.
Yeah.
Look, I like Treylon Burks a lot. Kenneth and Walker seems like he'll be an excellent running back, but start 9. If I can stick CMC in there and he can see what it's like to be healthy for 12 games. I mean, he's just a complete difference maker. He's the type of guy that can help you win a championship.
Yep. Let me ask, is that the kind of trade you make right now?
I mean, I get the theories on why you shouldn't, right? Because you're like, oh, I don't know how my season's going to turn out. My team might not even be good, but I just feel that's a pushiest way to play. Where people are like, oh, well, let me see how things turn out before I start making moves. Like, I'm aggressive, that. Like, I'm going, all right, well, I want to put my team in a position where it's winning from week 1, and it's beating people's brains in from week 1. I'm not going to wait until week 4 and go, oh, I think I have a good team. Let me make moves. Like, I'm going to make those moves now, especially for an asset like CMC. Assuming he doesn't get hurt and say my team does tank, I can go ahead and trade him. I might not get the exact value back, but I'll get most of it back.
In terms of not building out, so there's a time, especially when it was don't buy RB season. We don't like to buy RBs ever for face value, but what's the story right now with filling out your starting roster, or still the strategy of just focusing on getting value? Like when do we need to start filling a starting roster?
Well, I mean, that's kind of the reason I asked Shane the question. Is that a trade you make right now, or do you wait a month? So in theory, you would say, I want to hold all my assets until right before the season. I have all the latest news, all the latest information on anything that could change in training camp in the preseason, right? Preseason hamstring tweak or something like that. I mean, you wouldn't want to buy that player if he's going to miss, even if he has a tweak and he's going to miss the first 2 games. You don't even want to buy into that, except for, in theory, that's great. In reality, the person that has CMC might put him on the block in July and go, he's available for X price. And you can say, oh, well, I don't need to make that trade now. I can get the same price in September, which is probably true. If he's selling him now, he's going to be willing to sell him in September. The issue is someone else may buy him before you do, and then there's no CMC available anymore. Right. And that might be the one team that's like, oh, you know what? I just looked at my lineup in July. It sucks. I should start selling now before everybody else does. And you kind of want to be the first person to buy. Otherwise, there may not be any more sales until week 6. And then you end up overpaying because you force a deal because you think, oh, I need to get a running back. So I think that's where you're always weighing, how many people in your league are actually selling now. If there's only one, you might want to take it when it's on the table instead of waiting.
Right. Okay, so let's go to John here. 12-team Superflex, half PPR, 1.15 for tight ends, start 11. Send away A.J. Brown and Pitts for DJ Moore, Mark Andrews, and a late 23 first. That's a spicy one. Seems late to me. Maybe add a second to my side and another first to the Andrew side? Question mark. Should we spice it up even more with another
which way do I
second
point to?
first?
I'm pointing to Shane. Shane.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts is. You're on mute. Kyle Pitts is Mr. What? 18 points. 18 points a game.
At least 1.15 PPR. He's at least 20. Come on.
So here's the problem, right? So if you add another first to the Andrew side, dude's going to punch you in the special area. Like, there's no way you're going to get that deal done.
But you're getting a better receiver here, right? DJ Moore is not as good as AJ Brown.
He's not.
That's the balancer right there.
Yeah. I'm fine with this deal either way, to be quite honest with you. I'd probably lean the AJ Brown and Pitt side, to be quite honest. But the DJ Moore Andrews on the first side is it's fair. Look, it's a pretty good difference in tight end premium. We're talking 0.06 fantasy points in reception. So that's a pretty good
advanced math there.
Yeah.
Cool your jets, Shane.
I'm gonna go. Man, it's close. Probably DJ Moore Andrews in the first. Although DJ Moore has another bad season, not bad season, but another average season where he doesn't do what he's supposed to. He's gonna fall into that, like, just that next tier of wide receivers that doesn't hold value.
I mean, he's only like Brandon Cooks, but like 20% better, and he's done it for like 4 straight years. So, I mean, his floor of his career is Brandon Cooks. I'm not saying you want to target that, but like he's been better than Brandon Cooks, and he just does it year after year after year. So, I don't know, man. It's funny how when we have to drop that Pitts video, and everything Shane said since has been retracting the fact that Kyle Pitts isn't going to be the best tight end ever this year.
He'll be the best tight end ever this year, but.
I went back and listened to that, and he is going to score
18 points a game
this year, right away.
Yeah, and I got no problem stating that. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to give up everything in the world to get him.
But you're not.
Silly.
You're giving up a extra 23 first, and then you're giving up 6 extra years at tight end because Andrews is going to be 27, and you're getting the better receiver.
I'll tell you what. I'll trade Mark Andrews for additional stuff, and then I'll keep Pitt. I don't know. I'll find a way to make this happen. I'll keep Pitts on the roster.
Okay, you sound like you're going to crush it. As soon as you get on it, you're going to crush that. All right. It's 12-team Superflex, start 10, 0.5 tight end premium. So full PPR for tight ends is my guess. Or maybe it's 1.5. Anyway, receive 2023 first, projected very early. A 23 second and Odell Beckham trade away Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, give me the first.
Run and go accept it. If it's truly projected very early and you're getting the free 2 other assets, that's what you want if you're still running back.
Gary, open up another tab. Open up another tab, Gary, and get her done. Okay, so let's hide the current comment here. Okay, let's put this one up. Startup strategy. This is a question for us. I have the 111 with a 3rd round reversal. The format of the league, it's pretty intense. This is a good one. 12 team, 2 QB, 2.0 tight end premium, 0.25 point per carry, 0.5 RBP, and start 12. So strategy. You've got the 111. It's a 3rd round reversal. We always like to go QBs early and often and startups and super flexes. But what do you think?
I mean, at 111, the quarterbacks we're going to want to draft are gone.
Dak or Burrow might be there. Dak is flipping to 111.
I wouldn't take a receiver in the first 24 picks in this draft. So like Jefferson and Chase are worthless. Don't want them in this format at all. I mean, 2.0 tight end premium, point per carry. They're receivers not even on my radar. I'll fill it out with Tyler Boyd's, Jarvis Landry's. So honestly, in a 2 QB, I'm fine going like Trey Lance, Deshaun Watson or something like that at the 111 and the 202. And then 3rd round reversal, you're going to end up probably being able to take, I mean, I don't know if Andrews or Waller will be there. You know what I mean? But there could be another tight end. But here's the thing. How many have you done any 2 tight end or 2 quarterback startups like this? Like in theory, it'll be like Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins before Jonathan Taylor in this type of format. In theory, because people will need quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. No one's going to actually do that. But yeah.
So then do you gamble and wait? Because he would have the 302 in the 3rd round reversal? So
I'm taking Kyle Pitts in the first and a quarterback in the second.
Okay.
You're taking Kyle Pitts. He's not going to make it to 111.
You don't think he'll make it to 111?
So the gamble would be, what type of quarterback are you going to get at the 302 if you wait? Because in 2 QB, if you're ending up having to start like QB,
Carr or Kirk Cousins, man. Like,
but do you think the masses will make mistakes and take Jefferson, Chase, Lamb? You know what I mean? Ahead of the quarterbacks.
Yeah. Yep.
There you go.
Because look, we're in a startup. Most people join startups because they're like, I don't have enough of this specific player. I'm joining a startup and I'm going to get him no matter the format. No matter the format. They're like, I don't have enough Jefferson. I'm taking him at 104. And you're like, dude, but that doesn't make sense here. I'm just taking him. I don't care.
Drafting off 80.
So Shane, what do you take in this format if Pitts and the top 9 quarterbacks are gone?
So we're looking at who, Jalen Hurts? Is he there?
So the next quarterback. So you're talking Watson, Wilson, Taylor, Dak, Burrow, Lamar, Kyler, Mahomes, Allen, and Herbert are all gone. Pitts goes right before you at 110. So Shane slams down his phone and takes like a 6-hour break and then comes back and hopes somebody sent him an offer, but nobody did. So he's forced to pick at the 111. What are you taking?
Give me Jonathan Taylor. You didn't mention Jonathan Taylor had been taken, right?
No, he's not. He's not gone. But now you have to basically go against the 2 QB part and hope that they fall to the. I mean, do you take JT? I'm asking Shane, what would you do in that circumstance? Would you go Andrews? Would you go Lance?
Definitely not going to Andrews. I'd probably freaking fold on myself and take Lance. Why is Hurts got to be gone? Why can't I take Hurts?
No, Hurts is there. Hurts is there.
I'll take Hurts. I'm going to, at this point, because no matter what I do, it's going to be a suboptimal strategy anyway. So I'm going to shoot the upside that I saw with Hurts and just go there. No one's going to trade with me. Fine. I'll go Hurts. Like, I've seen Hurts be fantasy productive at least, and I know he could be a QB1. Lance is still a myth. Not that, that doesn't mean that he can't do it, but at least I know Hurts can do it.
I mean, if you started, honestly, the only downside is that if somebody else started with 2 elite quarterbacks and then you try to go 2 elite quarterbacks, you're basically chasing somebody else that probably has a build similar but better. But in 0.25 point per carry, if you went Lance and Hurts, like I could see where you smash that trade. Like, you know what I mean? You smash that build because you could have 2 top 5 quarterbacks. So that's interesting. It makes me want to just create a league like that and do it.
Go for it, Scott. We
just what I need. League number 74.
we need another league. Okay. Let me hide that. Have we even gone? No, we haven't done this yet. You guys are still talking. Okay. 12-team Superflex PPR, 6 point per pass TD. Start 10. Side A is Kyler Murray.
Hey.
Shane knows. Shane likes Kyler Murray. Side B, 2 23 firsts, a 24 first, and a 24 second.
Oh, I'm going side A. I overpay for quarterbacks. Elite.
This isn't even an overpay, though. This is probably an underpay.
3 firsts? I don't know. 3 firsts.
It's a 24 first.
That's true. It's a 24 first, which is basically not even real. It's almost as fake as a 2025.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. I think I got this. I can check back in the community post. By the way, subs, if you're listening, hit the notification bell if you don't already have it on. I post a bunch of stuff, or I'm going to start posting more in the community post section. It's where we send out live stream notifications, things like that. So just hit the notifications thing so you don't miss out on any news. Shane's always got cool stuff to tell you guys, right? Okay, let's see here. All right, here's Mr. Baker, 12-team, 2 QB, PPR, start 14. Give Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans, get a 23 first, projected mid to late. What do you think?
This is an interesting question because it's 2 QB, so that makes the value of Baker not a first, but not terribly far off because it's a 12-team, 2 QB with 14 starters. So that makes the 2-for-1 side a little more appealing too in a start 14. That's close. That's hard for me to take the first, but man, I can see where the person getting the 2 could benefit. That's not a terrible deal.
If I'm contending, if I might go the Evans route, the Mike Evans route. I don't know. It would have to be a very specific build, I think, to keep the give side.
Yeah, I'm taking the 2023 first. Mike Evans is 28 years old. Bye.
Bye, Felicia. All right. Next, Justin Jefferson. It's a 12 team, 1 QB, half PPR, 4 point per pass TD, start 9. Give Justin Jefferson, get Elijah Moore, the 208, the 23 first, and the 24 first. So you're getting about the equivalent of 3 firsts for Justin Jefferson, right?
Yeah,
Elijah
but it's
Moore,
start
208.
9 and it's 1 QB. So the firsts are, so if this was a 12 team start 10 or start 11 Superflex, I would say if you can get 3 first for a non quarterback, that's a decent cash out, especially if one of them is like Elijah Moore and then I got 2 firsts on top of that. Like I can understand taking that trade, but I just think this is a little short. But I don't know. It's half PPR too. Does that change it at all? Because if you hit on a running back with one of those picks, it's worth a little more in half PPR. It's close.
It a lot, but I'm still going to keep the Justin Jefferson side. Look, if that 24,
I don't like the 208. If the 208 were like a 202, maybe if that's like the 201 or 202, that's a little bit more attractive.
What if it's a running back that you could use? What if it's like not maybe a tick below AJ Dillon? What if it's like Antonio Gibson or something like that? You do that instead if you get that instead of the 208 because it's half PPR.
So you're saying you're getting Elijah Moore, Antonio Gibson, and then those 2 firsts.
You throw in a running back that's probably worth an equivalent of like a late first, say like Antonio Gibson or Zeke or something like that. Does that change it? Because you're able to use that guy probably in a half PPR start 9.
I would take the get in that case. If you're going to add in Gibby and stuff, I'd be fine giving Jefferson, but I don't know. Hey, it's always fun trading Justin Jefferson, right?
Hey, I got a trade. I got a trade alert.
Oh, snap. What do you got?
Was it for me? Oh, I didn't send this trade
yet. Up K-Mac. We could talk out
K-Mac?
Yeah, K-Mac actually has balls and has followed through with a trade offer, whereas unnamed individuals just keep telling me about trade offers they're going to send my way, but have not sent them.
Where is it? You can't star. We already.
I'm not allowed to star, so I don't know.
I'll find it. I saw it earlier. Let me see if I can find it. Unless you unstarred it, Clay.
No, I wouldn't have. Okay. Oh, I would never do such a thing. Chris Cordova, in the meantime, trade Waddle, Mooney, Kareem Hunt, a 23 second, and get Pittman and ETN. Okay, so trading away Waddle, Mooney, Hunt.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of unknowns here. Like, how many do we start?
Except for Pittman, exactly. He's obviously a Hall of Famer, according to Shane.
No. I'm saying about the league, bro.
Assuming Superflex, but yeah, how many does it start? If it's like start 11 or 12, then I like the Waddle side.
Yeah, there's no picks. So basically what you guys are saying is if there's a ton of starters, then you kind of like the Mooney Hunt and the second side versus just one solo asset. Yeah, I can see that. Without knowing that, I'd probably just take Pittman and ETN side.
Yeah, no, and I'm probably going to lean. I love ETN, man. That's the only thing. Like, Waddle is more desired by the community until he goes out and has 105 receptions this year for 980 yards.
Actually, I believe I saw a comment from Chris though that this is a 10 team and a start 9. Maybe it's a shallower league. It isn't like a 12 team start 13 or something like that. He can clarify, but I think it's shallower.
Pittman and ETN then. Oh,
I see. Is it the Hot Sauce League one? There we go. Okay. 28 team, 2 copies, Superflex, start 11, 1.75 tight end premium. This is one of the Hot Sauce leagues. Pitts or Hawkinson, a 23 first. That's K-Max 23 first. LOL. Give me my first back, Shane. Okay, so Pitts or Hawkinson and a 23 first. So where is that first going to be, Shane? K-Max.
Well, okay, so I'm looking at his roster right now.
Does he have a garbage roster?
Well, his starting quarterbacks for next year, we're looking at some variation of Matt Corral, Joe Flacco, Nick Mullins, and Deshaun Watson.
I'll take the pick side.
Yeah, I'm sorry, K-Mac. I wanted to hit accept on this. I did. Like, I was ready to hit accept, and then I looked at your roster, which was, generally a good idea because I was about to hit accept, and I was like, let me actually look at his roster. Look, I love Kyle Pitts. Yes, it's a tight end premium, but I can't give up what looks to be
the very nice first that I'm going to tuck away.
Yeah, at worst, like if you overachieve, I think I have the 104.
Yeah.
And by overachieve, I mean like half the teams in the league forget to set lineups every week and get kicked out of the league. So nope, go on. Bye.
Well, it's a 2 copy, so I assume 104. You mean 102?
Yeah.
So what's the counter?
Oh, there is none. No, he's not getting.
There's no counter.
There's no counter.
Whatever. This is a respectable trade offer.
No, but you don't counter trying to give him his first back, but you take a little bit less, or what's the counter?
No,
it's got to be a counter.
No, there doesn't. There does not have to be a counter. I don't have to counter every time just to make people happy.
You will.
So you don't want
Pitts on it.
You don't want Pitts.
Shane's trying to backpedal from the 18-point per game.
No, I still think he scores 18 points.
I mean, 1.75 PPR. Pitts is going to score at least 23 to 24 a game.
All right,
and then he's destined for. You can get 323 first for him next year. I'm just curious. What would you counter if you pretend like you're not going to make a counter? I'm not forcing you to make a counter. Take out Hawkinson though. No, take out Hawkinson. What would you add? Even if it's not a tight end, like would you add a 24 first?
No, I'm not adding anything. He can have his 101 back.
Could have his 101 back, yeah.
That's enough. He wants his 101 back.
Hawkinson. I don't know. I'm just out on Hawkinson, which means everybody buy Hawkinson right now.
I like Hawkinson from a standpoint of, guess what, Clay? He's a tight end. They don't smash within like 2 or 3 years. You know, sometimes they take 6 years.
25 years old.
Okay, so let me ask you this: in this format, given that it's a 14-teamer. He probably can tank that pick if he gets it back to the 101.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Pitts or 101 next year. If you could guarantee yourself the 101 in this format, given that it can be Bijan or a quarterback, if you knew what it was going to be, 101 right now, would you trade that pick for Pitts? Shane?
We said that in the Pitts video, right? He was all adamant about a pick. And then
I'm looking at it and thinking about it. Because I already have Deshaun Watson and Justin Herbert. So probably not going to need a quarterback in this league next year in 2023 unless something goes horribly wrong or Deshaun Watson reverts back to form. I'm thinking about sending him the 101. This is going to be the 101. I'm thinking about sending him the 101 for Kyle Pitts.
So we're at the 37-minute mark. You've got 30-ish minutes to finalize a deal with K-Mac for us to be able to put it on the screen. Okay, let's go to this one right here. No. Flowosaurus, 12-team, 1 PPR, start 9, traded 24 first, 23 third for Godwin. Was that worth it?
Yes.
Also buying Elijah Moore.
Godwin side.
How about this one? Buying Elijah Moore for another 24 first. Elijah Moore or 24 first, guys?
I'll take Elijah Moore.
I think it's a fair price to give up a 24 first. So we're so stringent, or at least I am, on what I would give up a 23 first for. Now, this is 1 QB, or actually, no, it's 1 PPR. We don't know if it's super flex or not. It doesn't say. But 24 first, I'm willing to expand that out a little further. So if you want to take a shot on a wide receiver 2 for a 24 first, do it. I think the only backfire is there always going to be a receiver in Elijah Moore range that you can get for that first in the next year? You know what I mean? That's the only downfall. Like that's kind of where you're dipping into things just because you want to make a trade versus, the smart move is to hold that first and use it later. But I don't hate it.
Yeah. Guys, by the way, throw in the chat because I'm sure we've got, our 63 eyeballs, lots of sub eyeballs, I imagine. But throw in some players in the comments who we should do a profile on, and also team. So how about this? Do like hashtag team show or something like that. Here are your options. You can do hashtag Rams for us to do the Rams team profile. What
Raiders?
else? Bucks. We already did Raiders. So okay, how about Rams? How about Rams, Bucks? What are some other offense?
Bengals. Eagles. I want to talk about that backfield.
Not Eagles. Come up with some other thoughts too, but Bengals,
Dolphins,
Bucks, Dolphins. You'll be so like fired up and like cracked out again. Remember that? Remember how many 4 locos it looked like you had before that show? You look like a psychopath. Okay, here we go. I'll hide the current comment here. Let's go here. 12-team Superflex, half PPR, one PPR for tight ends. Start 9. Give Chris Godwin and Michael Gallup. Get George Kittle and A-Rob.
Get.
Yeah, definitely the get. Okay. Yeah, I think Rams are is anybody typing anything in terms of our ass? Lions are interesting. Team show Lions. Okay, we got Dolphins. Okay, here we gotta star these suckers just to be able to go back to, and we'll pick
Shane,
a team
star him
tonight.
for us.
I got it.
Yeah, Shane, you got this. Should I pay 10? You're worth $10.
I'm gonna go get my marker and I'll mark it on the screen. Don't worry.
Yeah. I think we have like super chat like turned on too. So I don't know how you can super chat, but you can tip Shane so that we can get him favoriting privileges on StreamYard. I think it's $10. I think it's $10 a month. So if we can get $10 in super chats, we can get Shane heart credentials.
It will help the live stream to flow like 1% better.
Yeah, Shane will put on like heart, like all sorts of random stuff though. Be a little tougher to sort through. Be a little
anything
messier.
that says Shane, you're the best. He'll heart. He'll want that one up on the screen. I saw a good one. I want to put this one up because I have privileges. Random seconds, given what we've talked about, like the 202, 203, 204 could be, first round receivers or second round running backs. What do you say, Shane? You have a random 24 first. 12 teams, start 11.
Start 11. Okay.
Let's say start 11, start 10, somewhere in that range. Like how many seconds would you say, assuming you have your own second next year, how many seconds would you want to give up your first? Would you take like 3?
4.
4. Okay.
Yeah.
So pretty much not going to go down unless the person with 4 just desperately wants to get out of them, which is probably unlikely.
I would buy one. I would buy a 24 first with 23 seconds.
So if it was 3 on the table and you thought at least one of those could be like the 201 or 202, you would still take the 24
I'd rather
first?
have the 24 first.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's 23 seconds for 24 first for A.
I agree with that. I think 3 is a good number.
Okay, Chiefs interesting. Yeah, Chiefs would be interesting. Juju. I just think is there enough talk about A-Rob? I don't know. I think Stafford A-Rob.
I think there is.
Let's do it. Chiefs. Okay. All right, let's go to this one right here. Pitts, Melvin Gordon, Will Fuller, 23 second, or Akers, Waller, the 109, and Henderson. Okay, so Pitts, Melgo, Fuller, Akers.
I mean, I don't really, if this is a certain formats, I'm probably, if it's a start 12 and it's a certain premium, that I may probably go with the get side just because I'm getting like 3 core pieces for basically just Pitts, but I don't know. Probably need a little more detail on how many starters, what the tight end premium is, and that side. Shane probably just takes the Pitts side regardless.
I mean, the problem with the Pitts side is that you're getting absolutely nothing
You're getting
else.
too many points per game.
Exactly. Well, you're losing you're going to get at least 18 points per game with Pitts, but
you get
you're probably giving up 40 points per game on the other side.
There's absolutely nothing of any value on that side. I mean, I guess it's I don't know. It depends on the format, really. You got to throw the formats in here.
And I'd want to sell that 109, not draft that person again. Not a freaking dart throw with that 109 again. Okay, so let's is this the one we hide? Okay, how do we hide the current comment?
You hit the button that says star.
Hey, easy tiger.
I'll find another one.
We'll go to this one right here. 10 team Superflex PPR start 10. Yeah, this is ridiculous. What a trade here. Gave Dak Prescott and Damian Harris and got Mahomes. That's some cheap Mahomes. Give me. I mean,
you're the biggest Damian Harris fan on this show, is Shane, but I think he would still even laugh at the Dak and Damian side.
Yeah, this is someone that thinks Dak and Patrick Mahomes are way closer than they are, and was like, I don't care. I got like the same tier quarterback, and I just got an additional asset. But like, no, dude, these are not the same tier quarterback. Like, all QB1s are not the same. So yeah, this is smash and dash the Patrick Mahomes side.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we'll hide that one. That was somebody from the community posts. All of these ones that are in the hopper are from the community posts. But this one looks like a chat one, right? So Sean, 12-team Superflex PPR start 10, traded Brandon Cooks and Russell Gage, got Akers. I like that. I mean, running back, and Akers could he could have some good value if he hits. He's in a good offense. He's going to have opportunities to touch the ball.
Yeah, man, and Russell Gage is absolutely. I know it's fun
He's
talking
trash.
about he's going
He's a
to.
recycling
No,
bin
I
or a
mean,
trash can.
everybody's like, oh, he could see a career high in targets. Okay, so he'll be a wide receiver 4. Like, okay, whatever. I love Brandon Cooks. No one likes Brandon Cooks. You can't ever get any value for Brandon Cooks. So to be able to get what is a potentially top 12 running back, which I don't think it would be, I'd flip him immediately. That's a steal.
Yeah, this is how you buy Akers. If you want to not give up a first round asset, you throw like Cooks in a second or something like that, and you try to turn it in. It's a nice 2-for-1. You're not giving up the leverage here, even though you're getting only one piece back for 2.
Okay. Do you want to show that one? I'll show this one. Okay, let's see. Have we already done this? Yep.
I still like the Kittle side.
Still like that. Oh, that was the first time I put the same. No, I've done it twice. All right. 12 team super. Hey,
look at this one's better.
Look at you punking my thing. All right, David Downey, 12 team Superflex, start 11. Gave Jameis Winston, J.K. Dobbins, and J. Rob for Tua Swift and a third.
Oh, that's
it isn't better. This is the get side by a million miles. And I don't even like Tua
and Swift. Yeah,
you don't even have to like Tua to like this side. Swift is infinitely more valuable than J.K.
Yeah, I'll get rid of that one quick. Sorry. There you go. There's yours, Clay.
How much money has Shane raised from the super chats? I don't even know how to do that.
Well, there's some comments in there asking us, do we have any? Because they don't see them. So
David
you have
Ross,
to turn them
David
on.
Ross needs to turn them on and be the first super chatter. Is how I read that when I said you guys are doing super chats. Yeah, you're the first super chat donation coming. Okay. 12 team super flex PPR start 10. Side A, Dak Prescott, T. Higgins, Kareem Hunt, and Ramondre Stevenson. Side B, there's Tua again. Tua, Javonte Williams, Mike Williams, and a 23 first.
I'm taking Dak Prescott side.
It's a good. It's tough. Javonte's got a lot of value on that side. The 23 first, obviously. Let's say Tua and the 23 first is Dak. Do you think that's fair?
Yeah, here's the problem though: is Tua could be Mitch Trubisky next year. And to be quite frank with you, and I was all in on him before last season. He's shown more to be Mitch Trubisky than he has Dak Prescott. So this could end up being, if you want to look at it that way, a 23 first for Dak Prescott. So I'm definitely going to go with the Dak Prescott and T. Higgins side.
Depends who my QBs are, but what do you think, Scott?
Yeah, this is a really good trade because I'm sitting here like I would almost take the first and T. Higgins and wipe those out. I think that's pretty square. But then you get to, okay, you're getting the upgrade at quarterback with Dak, and you're essentially turning Javonte Williams and Mike Williams to 2 running backs that I want to have Stevenson. I want to have Kareem Hunt on rosters, but they probably fit better on very specific rosters. You know what I mean? Like they're going to be depth running backs that I want to have exposure to, but I don't really value them in a trade. Like I don't want to give picks up for them. You know what I mean? I want to get them organically. So that's
in a start 10, I see that as Dak Prescott and T. Higgins on that side, and then Kareem Hunt and Stevenson are hopefully depth on my bench, and then the starting players on the other side are Tua, Javonte.
I mean, side B is getting 4 starters.
Yeah.
You're just probably not getting the 2 most valuable players in the trade, which is, well, Javonte and Higgins are probably pretty close, but you're probably getting definitely the most valuable player in side A with Dak, and then Higgins is probably the 3rd most valuable piece in the trade. So I can see it in a start 10 where you go, I want Tua, Javonte Williams in the first. That's 4 starters. On the other side, you are only getting 2 starters. That's a good trade. That's one I could go both ways on.
Definitely. Okay, so we'll hide that one, and then here, let me just knock out this last one that I had in the hopper from the community post. So, 12 team, 1 QB, half PPR, 4 point per pass touchdown, start 9. Gave Herbie and a 23 second.
QB.
1 QB. I'm taking the first. I'm okay doing the pivot here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
One QB.
As I'm reading across it, right? Because I didn't take it all on at once. I look at the trade first, and then I go back, and I'm like, oh wait, one QB. Oh, dude, no, yeah, this is Prescott in the first all day, man. I don't even need Prescott back.
And 4-point passing touchdown.
Yeah.
4-point passing touchdown. If Dak runs a little bit, it probably evens it up a little bit. And then half PPR, if that 23 first turns into a running back, it's even better trade. That's a I mean, we don't play in one QB, but that's a nice trade to cash out on a quarterback. Well done.
Yeah. Hit that like if you'd be so kind. Can we get a like count in the YouTube? We got 62 eyeballs here. If we could get a bunch of
not
likes,
enough.
Yeah.
More people like, please.
What are you doing over there, Shane? You sending out a trade offer?
Maybe.
So I just offered a trade and it got declined. So I give Aaron Rodgers and Mills, and I'm basically, I'm playing for 2023, 2024. I give A-Rod, Davis Mills, and Cole Kmet, and a 24 second, and I get Kyle Pitts, Taylor Heineke, and a 24 first. It got declined.
Yeah, that was a lot of stuff. So if it's not on this little chat board, I can't help you. So next time, post it in the comments.
Here it was. He gives
I was so clumsy saying it. I give up
no, I followed
Aaron Rodgers. I give up
Aaron
Rodgers, Davis Mills, Cole Kmet,
and
a 24 second, right? And I get Kyle Pitts, the 24 first, and Taylor Heineke. Now, the reason that was declined is somebody's like, I don't want to give up Pitts and the first in the deal. I tried to pull it off. It got declined.
Shane, would you give up Rodgers, Mills, Kmet, and a second for Pitts alone?
Yeah, I don't care.
I was just trying to keep
Mills.
I was just trying to keep the head count up. So Heineke.
So Clay then gets greedy and asks for the 24 first.
I know.
Yeah.
No
that was a late addition. Those were the last two additions to that brutal looking sleeper trade. Was 24 first and 24 second are going on each side. Okay. Here we go here. Let's go back to the comments. We'll go to your starts. Brad, 12-team PPR, 1 QB, start 8. Give 104 and projected mid to late 23 first. Get the 101 and projected early 23 second.
Yes, 101.
Start 8, 101.
Oh, start 8. Jesus, yes.
101, start 1 QB. Give me Breece Hall, and I'll worry about the other two pieces later.
Yeah, don't draft Drake London. Don't get cute. It's Breece Hall here.
Don't get cute. All right, Heavy Kevy, 12-team Superflex PPR. Tight ends are 1.5. Start 10. Gave Kittle, James Conner, Keenan Allen, and a 23 first projected late. Got Sky Moore, George Pickens, projected early 23 first, and then a 23 second. Gave Kittle, Connor, Keenan.
I want the Kittle side.
I want the Kittle side, I think. Right? Projected very early. So let's say it's the 102. Let's say it's the 102 on that side.
I think I want the got side because Keenan Allen is not worth George Pickens or Sky Moore. Go try to get anything close to that for Keenan Allen on the market. I mean, Keenan Allen, you must wash out with the 23 second, early 23 second.
If I were contending, I would give up Pickens or Sky Moore for Keenan Allen.
We don't have any context here.
If I want
any context here.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look at this. Look, Keenan, if I'm a contender, yeah, Keenan's nice. Kittle's obviously very nice. I love Sky Moore, like one of my children. George Pickens, I have no use for. 2023 first, early versus late. I mean,
okay, so remove the Kittle, the 23 first, and the 23 first and the 23 second. Okay, just for George Pickens and Sky Moore or James Conner and Keenan Allen, regardless of where your team is, what side are you taking?
Yeah, I mean, in that situation, I take the Sky Moore Pickens side.
Okay, so basically, it is then an early 23 second and a late 23 first. So let's call that 109 and 204. Okay. And then the rest is Kittle for an early 23 first. You're fetching nowhere near an early. Basically, you're getting an early 23 first to move back from the 109 to the 204 next year. I think I just take the value side, and I can win this trade production wise if just one of those receivers hits. I can move that 23 second probably for like Kareem Hunt or Chase Edmonds, you know what I mean, and get the same as James Conner.
So heavy Kevy.
10, I'm staying with the Gave, I think.
There's also this. You don't have to make every trade that's presented to you. You can go, this is just too much going on.
Words.
Unless you're sending Shane Sky Moore, and he will keep countering until you get to a point where he either gets him or he doesn't.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. All right, let's go to this one here. Steven Carlisle, 10 team, 2 QB, half PPR, start 11, have depth at QB. Keenan Allen and ETN for T. Higgins. Has depth at RB. Tack on. I think you can get something back on that T. Higgins side. There needs to be a little piece on that side, right?
We're going to assume that he went through negotiations, right? That he tried that.
Some kind of scrub running back, let's say. I'd like to see any kind of running back on the team.
He's got a free roster spot. He can go pick someone off of waivers. Just go pick up any running back off of waivers. It's fine.
It's half PPR. I don't know.
It would have been better if he got a running back. Yes. But you're basically trading ETN for Higgins because no one's giving you, like Scott was just saying, you're not getting shit for Allen. Like you can't get anything for Allen on the open market. So if this is what you needed to do to get to Higgins, fine. Like, should you have gotten a running back? Yeah. But, look, sometimes you just can't make it happen and you just got to settle. You know what I mean? If you didn't have to settle.
Come on, Shane.
No one would ever get married.
Talk about settling. Come on.
I'm just saying.
Well, okay. So 10 team start 11. That is equivalent of a 12 team start 9. And honestly, half PPR, Keenan Allen isn't like super locked into the lineup every single week. You know what I mean? You could justify probably any running back that's going to get touches has a chance at a touchdown closer to Keenan Allen. So I do think the wide receiver upgrade here matters a little bit. But I look at half PPR and I'm like, man, if I can hit on a running back, even if it's a guy like ETN, that's one where I'm like, I'll take Keenan Allen, but I wish that I did get something else back with Higgins. I agree with Clay. If you could get Damian Harris back or something like that, then I'll take the Higgins side, because running backs are just going to have a little more value here.
Yep. All right. So we will undo that one. Okay. Let's go. Did we already do this, Swift? Yep. Unstar. Okay. Noah Lamont. I made you sound French. How was that? If I nailed it, let me know. All right. 2 QB. Nailed it. Wish I could throw up graphics for the nailed it there. Could make myself funnier with the editing. All right, 2 QB, 10 team, start 8. T. Higgins or Drake London and a 23 first. Give me Drake London and a 23 first. We'll start 8.
Yeah. I mean, a 10 team start 8. That's like a 12 team start 6.
Start 7, 6.
I mean,
give me the 23 first. I'm just buying something if it's not the 101, 2, or 3.
Is T. Higgins the best thing I can get for that Drake London plus 23 first? Can I get like CD Lamb instead or Kyle Pitts or, you know what I mean? Like just one asset that I think can just literally outscore. I don't know.
Yeah. T is not quite that level to where I'm giving up that.
Yeah, no.
Drake London at 23 first. That's almost a free London, depending on where that 23 first is. Start 8.
And we like T. Higgins. I love T. Higgins. Shane hates him.
I love T. Higgins almost as much as my children. Not as much as my children, but
okay.
But you like Drake London too, and you like 23 first.
That's the thing is I love 23 first more than my children. So.
Hey, it happens. So I feel you. Okay, what more would you give up with Amon-Ra St. Brown for Javonte Adams? 12 team Superflex, start 10. I'd tack a second on. That's all I would do, but I don't even think it's necessary. Look at Scott. Scott's got a process smirk on his face.
This is one of those trades where like I'm just listening. Listen, Shane's like one of my best friends, but I'm just listening to hear what he would say. But then I'm thinking about if I sent this trade in a league. No one is giving you almost anything on top of Amon-Ra St. Brown. They don't want Devontae Adams right now. So I'm curious what Shane's going to say because I have the answer in my head, but like you're never going to get probably what Shane thinks.
I wouldn't add anything to to ARSB for Javonte Adams because I wouldn't be trading for Javonte Adams. I don't care if I'm a contender or not. I'm still there's wide receivers.
You've shipped all your Adams off, haven't you?
He's gone. The only leagues that he's on, he's on one of my one roster. It's where I co-own, which is why I hate co-owning. So I can't just ship them off. But no, I wouldn't add anything to ARSB. If I was going to add anything to Amon-Ra, then I'd shoot for a different wide receiver than Javonte Adams. I'd be looking at a wide receiver, even if he isn't as coveted at 27 years old. So I have another 2 years compared to where I am with Adams.
But you acknowledge if someone sent you ARSB for Adams, you don't accept it.
No. But that's and what I'm saying is you shouldn't even be trying. You should be moving. Like, this shouldn't be what you're doing. You should be Javonte Adams.
Just don't do this, Trey.
This is what PONEO 13 is doing, Shane. So respect the man's process.
I'm
this is the trade, fine. Shane.
So he shouldn't do it. That's why people watch us, right? I'm assuming.
So would you add a third right now if you really, like, say you had Carr and you wanted to get Adams because you have this feeling he's going to kill?
No. I would 100%.
Okay, so a third would be. Would you say the second?
For stack purposes. For stack purposes, if it's okay, so it's start 10. If I'm getting a third back, how about that? I'll give you a second. Kick me a third back. So
I like that.
St. Brown in a second, and I get Davante Adams in a third.
Throw in Kyle Pitts.
Just Kyle Pitts. What do you think, Shane? Throw him on in there.
Yeah, Davante Adams might outscore Kyle Pitts.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
12 team, 1 PPR. So full PPR, start 9, traded.
We did this.
24.
We did this 3 times.
Fucking A. Hey, not 3 times, twice. All right.
Yeah, I do remember that one.
Somebody needs. You got to help me with the unstars. How about that?
I know. Here we got one. We got one. Okay, never mind. Yeah.
Go for it. 12 team, full PPR, Superflex, start 10, contender. Give Jalen Hurts, get Brady, plus a 23 first, projected mid to late.
I like it.
Yeah, give me Brady. Give me Brady in the first.
You're a contender. Look, even at quarterback, like, yes, it's dynasty, so we want to project out like, oh, I'm going to have this guy for the next 1,000 years. Can't really project that with Hurts anyway.
So if it's a 4-point per pass TD, how close is it?
It makes it a little bit further of a gap for the Hurts side, but this is just a pure process trade, regardless of the quarterback scoring. No, it is. If you're looking at this going,
where's the thing? Process. Let me point to process on our skin there. See?
Yeah, process over players.
Process over players.
In very small writing that you really can't see unless you have your glasses on.
We could fix that. Okay. Paul Davenport, we will hide you. Okay. Dynasty Superflex PPR, no kickers or defense. Good work. That's a good start. Start 9. Trade Javonte Williams. Get McLaurin, Kareem Hunt, and a late 23 first.
Even in start 9, I like this. I mean,
that's enough of a return.
Yeah, Javonte. Look, Javonte is he's got a lot of vapor. He's like Bitcoin. Like, he's allegedly worth something, but every time you try to get that something, no one wants to give you it. So getting a first, Hunt, and McLaurin for him would be enough for me to move off, even in a start 9.
Yeah, the fortune I've made in Dynasty Trades in 5 all went to Bitcoin. And it's underperforming at this point. No, I agree. I think you look at this and you could say you could squint and see where if Javonte is not a top 8 running back, that Kareem Hunt kind of fills one of your spots during certain weeks. And Kareem Hunt is literally the afterthought in this trade in a start 9, but he would be a guy in a start 9 I still want on my bench. So I like the cash out. I like it.
Yeah. How about this one right here? Connor P, 12 team, start 11, 1.5 tight end premium, Kelsey, and a 23 third for Amon-Ra St. Brown and a late 23 first, and Devin Singletary.
Good deal. The get side.
I'll take the Amon-Ra. Yeah, the get side for sure. That's
I mean, at 1.5 premium, are you getting a 23 first for Travis Kelsey?
Well, in this league, you are.
You'd have to kick back a set. You'd have to include a second.
Well, I'm just saying you could get declined on that trade a lot if you're trying to sell for a 23 first, and he's getting Amon-Ra St. Brown and Singletary basically for a third.
Yeah,
I definitely like it. Start 11. I like the 3 pieces. Good trade. Well done.
Good trade. Well done. Well done, sir. Okay, let me scroll through here. Productive Snake Thorn. Let's see what this one is. Your name just got it. Snake Thorn. Great, great YouTube name. You're going to get picked on more live streams. 10 team Superflex start 10. Should I trade out of Mixon for Gibson and a 24 first or wait until the season? This league, second year for all of us, is very reluctant to trade 23 first. So they're smart people. But what do you think? Process? Would you take Gibby and a 24 first? 10 team?
No.
10 team start 10?
So it's 10. So it's 10 team start 10. That's equivalent of like 12 team start 8. So that nullifies the value of the picks a little bit. It's a 24 first. I'm not as low on Gibson as others just because I think the narrative is being ridden a little too hard with him compared to some other players with narratives that you could also write. I think this just comes down to Shane. You think Mixon is a top 8 running back this year?
Yeah.
I mean, if he's going to finish inside the top 10 or top 8, then you're going to lose this trade if you trade him because Gibson probably is not going to finish in that range. He's probably like Kareem Hunt, Damian Harris range, more likely. So, yeah, I can see the buy side here too, especially 10 team. It's probably you're more likely to try to get players that are going to be in your lineup.
Yep. Okay. Hide the current one there. All right. Let's see. Doing some serious scrolling. Oh, did we get money from David Ross? Oh, no shit. Now I see the super chat. Or do we have another or like the tip? Nice, David Ross. Hey, we just got Shane privileges to heart and stuff on StreamYard. Nice work. It's going right back into the channel. Very cool, man. It's our first super chat. All right, so let's go to this. Sorry, just throw it back up there again. Superflex 12 team PPR start 9. Elijah Moore or Cortland Sutton and a 23 early second.
Which guy do you believe in? Because that's the side of the trade you're going to take. Like I don't believe Sutton, so I'm taking Elijah Moore, but I would understand taking the Sutton in the 2023 second.
But so isn't this one of those whatever side I can get the plus on? Or I mean, you're basically saying they're in different tiers, Shane. If you would take the other side,
yes, I am, but I understand that that's just my personal evaluation of those two players. So I'm saying whatever your personal evaluation of these two is, because it's obviously not, there's not enough wide of a gap for me to just be like, oh no, Elijah Moore is like definitively 1000% better. Though I think he is. I would personally take the Elijah Moore side, but I can understand taking the Sutton in the 23 second.
Got it.
Yeah. So we should do the Jets as a team breakdown. The Jets would be a good one too. We had Dolphins. We'll look back through the comments, but we got to pick another team profile. All right, hour and 7 minutes. You guys still good?
I got to take a nap soon, but sure.
Okay, let's go here. So 12 team Superflex PPR start 9. Breece Hall and DJ Moore or Justin Jefferson. Give me Breece and DJ Moore. Even you, Jefferson truther, you're going Breece side, right?
Start 9? No, I'm going JJ.
Ooh. What do you think, Scott?
This is why I hate start 9s, because you have to actually start doing math in your head. I think if you actually run the numbers, this comes out to the Jefferson side because of the replaceability of the. Basically, Breece Hall has to be really, really good, probably like a 18 plus point per game running back for you to win this trade by getting the package. Because DJ Moore is what, 16, 17 points per game, 15, and he's
16.
Probably not going to elevate above 20 ever. So like he's definitely weaker in a start 9. I think I'd take the Jefferson side. Now, if this is like start 10 or more, then I'm going the other way because the extra starter is going to erode the replacement value. But yeah, give me Jefferson and start 9.
I like it. All right. Let's see here. Let's go to this one. Benny Bellagio, 12 team Superflex PPR start 11.
That's a cool name right there. That's like one of those porn star names, Benny Bellagio.
That's another. Benny Bellagio. And then who is the other guy? Snake Thorn.
Snake Thorn, yep.
My 5-year-old son would love that. Snake Thorn. Put Snake Thorn's comment up there. All right. 12 team Superflex PPR start 11. Cooper Kupp, Chase Edmonds, 207 for 102, 105, and a 23 first.
God, this is like the dream trade for Cooper Kupp.
Give me the freaking picks. This is like the dream trade. That's great.
3 firsts for Kupp. Good job.
The dream trade, the first time you said that, Scott, it was the Debo trade shows. The first trade, the dream trade was getting Mooney in a 23 first, giving away Debo. That's the dream trade. That's how that show started.
This one supersedes that dream trade. This is like the you spam every cup and you get laughed at if you try to spam this to people.
Yeah, 12-team Superflex, half PPR, no tight end premium, start 10, trade the 104 and 111 for Mark Andrews. Brees, Ken, and London gone. Okay.
I mean, start 10. There's no premium. I like Mark Andrews, but nah, I'm good, bro.
Can I trade the 111 for like Hawkinson or Goddard? Yeah, go ahead, Shane.
That's not what it says there.
Hey, that's what I'm trying to walk through the value of. How can he replace the tight end it's easy to think of it in that term where you basically get the 104 and you're just making a bet Hawkinson versus Andrews or Goddard versus Andrews. I'm sorry for trying to do some analysis versus just screaming out the side.
Tighten up.
I know that's what our listeners want. Just scream out the side of the trade.
All right, just buy or sell. They do not come to us. They come to us for process, not buy themselves, right? CD Lamb or Bateman and a 23 first, 1 QB, 12 team. We're going CD, huh?
Yeah.
Superflex, I'd probably consider going the other
QB,
side.
Yeah, Superflex.
I'd 1 QB, I'm not as confident in the pick.
Yep. Okay, let's see here. We already did that. Oh, look, I caught myself before you. Okay. 12-team Superflex PPR start 10, 1.5 for tight ends. Gave Jonathan Taylor and Matt Ryan, got Lamar and James Cook. This heavy smart because this is exactly how I structure it. When I type out all the trades and preload them, this is what I use. So he caught my eye with this. Nicely done. Okay.
We're hiring someone that wants to make graphics.
Please.
It doesn't pay anything, but you get to be part of this. You could put Dynasty Trades in 5 as your employer.
Yeah, definitely.
On LinkedIn.
We've got Liam who does a lot of awesome editing for us, and he's got good portfolio material now. It's pretty cool stuff. Okay, so we're going the got Lamar.
I mean, I'd take Lamar over Taylor and then James Cook over Matt Ryan. So if the Gave side would have to throw in like almost a first to make this close for me.
Yeah, this is a slam dunk. This is what you do in Superflex. You go pick on someone that's in love with running backs, and thinks that Jonathan Taylor is somewhere in the same universe as Lamar Jackson in a Superflex league. You done good.
You done good, kid. All right. Let's see here. Right, Cortez. Snake Thorn keeps coming up. All right, who else has got some trades here? Got that.
We got one. Mayday. A Watson trade.
Mayday. 12-team Superflex, 0.75 tight end premium. Okay, so 1.75 for tight ends. Trade Watson, 24 third, get Heineke and 223 firsts, both late.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you again
give me the firsts.
If you want to move on from Watson, this is the perfect trade to do so. You're getting a couple firsts for him, and that's it's not full value, right? Sexual allegations, but it's still pretty good cash out.
Yeah, I think this is one where you're just picking what side you want to be on. Like, I could argue that some of the leagues we play in, like elite quarterbacks, are impossible to trade for. So, like, if you can get a Watson pick, or you can get a Watson trade for something maybe a little less than this, I would buy. But yeah, I like it.
Man. Thank you, Heavy Kevy. Nice. Another super chat. Appreciate it, dude. You
just put your trades up. We love your trades. Boom.
Shane, say thank you. Say thank you because the pop-up is right under your face too.
Now I'm allowed to. They might even let me not send a link. I might get actual privileges, like just so everyone knows. They just send me a link 3 minutes before the show.
Now here's the question, Shane. 10 Canadian dollars. How much is that actually worth in U.S. currency?
It's like 7 something or 8 something.
Canada isn't real.
Boy, that's gonna get the super chats coming in from Canada.
Yeah,
it's worth 7.73 American dollars. So you were close, Clay. You were close.
Yeah, because I paid Liam, and he takes it in Canadian dollars. So
here's what I wanted to throw up.
Liam, you can tip back too. All right, what up? Tell me how to trade JT in best ball. Thank you. I love you.
So I don't play best ball, but I wanted to throw out the 4D chess guys do a podcast, and they've been basically crushing the best ball content. So just check that out. But their theory is basically in best ball, especially if you have like 30 plus roster spots and 12 starters or whatever, like you would take a lot less in a trade perception wise to get, 3 usable pieces for JT. So like it doesn't have to be what it would be in a lineup league. We're asking for, Swift in a first or something like that. You know what I mean? In a best ball, you'd almost be willing to take like 3 running back 2s, given how much they're going to fire in a given season. You know what I mean? So I just want to throw that out there. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts in best ball. I've dumped all my best ball dynasty leagues because it's just not for me. But the theory is interesting. And I guess not.
Heavy Kevy, 12-team Superflex PPR, tight end 1.5, start 10 Empire. Gave Gibson and a 23 first, projected mid-late, plus a 23 third. Got Swift, early 23 second. Projected by Dynasty Nerds GM. Okay.
What do you guys think?
I want the 23 first side.
Give me the Gave.
Yeah, I'm in love with 23 first.
we talked about.
And he got Gibson back. So, and look, and I don't particularly think Gibson's going to be great this year, but he's a running back. I can at least start him, and he'll probably get me 12 points a game, 13 points a game, and he'll explode for 16 points a couple weeks. Yeah, I'm gonna because the first get us so like just hard we can't move off of them. So I'm keeping the first.
So context, he says Empire League though, assuming that there's a big pot that he needs to win. Is that are you more apt in that type of thing to give up your first to try to get a stud player like this?
Yeah, I think he mentioned that, but he definitely didn't mention that he was going for the to end it all. So I don't think he is. But if that were I'm going all out at that point. Picks don't mean anything because it's the Empire, and I'm trying to end everyone and win the big pot.
Alrighty. Thank you again for the super chat. Heavy Kevy. We'll hide that one. Okay, let's see here. Wait, I just saw the word strategy. Let's see that here.
Well, I got one. David Ross gave us a nice super chat, so I want to put one of his trades up. It's basic, but it is kind of interesting. You're getting basically, are you giving up this for A-Rob it's 1 QB, but you're probably looking at like George Pickens and James Cook or something for A-Rob.
Give me the 2 darts. Half PPR. Give me the two darts there.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. Yep.
Okay. More of a strategy question, but how do you get people to make more trades?
So there's a bunch of things you can do, right? So you can just start sending out. So a lot of times when there's not being trades being made, I find sometimes it's because it's a lot of novices and it's people that are just scared to make trades because they're scared to lose them. So start off small, little trades. I don't want to say inconsequential, but inconsequential. Send your last wide receiver for someone's last running back just to get the ball moving. Unfortunately, sometimes you have to talk to people, which, look, it's an awful thing. I know
it's unfortunate.
You shoot a DM, yo, dude, do that. I like such and such. Is there anyone on my roster you happen to like? Don't tell them don't tell them like, what do I need to give you for that player? Because that's just, that's like just shoving it in dry. What you want to do is like, sorry, what you want to do is make it a conversation. Hey, these are the players I like off of your rosters, or anyone you like off of my roster. And then, just keep the communication open and then go from there.
Yeah, I always just say get like an easy one out of the way. Just do a small trade. It can just be a small trade that can make the league not be scared to do the bigger ones. How else do you get people to make more trades? I don't know.
Like Shane said, before you get to the
23, steal all their 23 first. If you haven't gotten all the 23 first, get all of their 23 first, and then talk to them about making trades.
Well, before the shoving it dry part, you go, I like yours, you like mine. That's how the conversation starts out on Tinder, whatever you're looking for.
Yeah.
I think so. I'll just say this.
Tinder, it's pretty much like, hey, you want to just go bang? I'm pretty sure, but yeah.
Where is this going? Here we go. Brett, 12-team Dynasty Superflex, full PPR. Javonte Williams and Devontae Smith, or Zeke, Eckler, and Mike Evans. Ooh, this is a nice trade. Let me reread this though. What are we going to assume? Start 10?
Yeah, I mean, I think the starters do matter. I think Devontae Smith and Mike Evans are, I don't want to say a wash, but I kind of think the market says they're a wash. So it's really, do you want to break Javonte up for Eckler and Zeke?
I'll take the Zeke Eckler side if I'm contending, if I'm trying to get the ship.
I mean, the get side is definitely going to score more points, probably in the next year or two. But you could also, the floor could, I mean, I don't know, Shane, what do you think? Evans and Eckler and Zeke are all off your rosters. So,
here's the thing. Yeah, so I'm getting to move several old men for much younger gentlemen. So I'm going to take the Javonte Williams, Devonta Smith side. Am I losing a little value? I probably am. You know what I mean? I'm losing probably a little production this year too. But, I also like to look at things. What would happen if I try to do this trade next year? If I try to trade Zeke Eckler and Mike Evans, what am I going to get for him? I'm going to get a lot of second round offers. Like here, I'll give you 6 second round picks because move them now. I'm fine with it. Javonte Williams, again, if this guy was the RB22 last year and he's coming off the board as the RB5 in Dynasty, can you imagine if he actually puts up a top 12 season? The value will increase infinitely. And as much as I love A.J. Brown, there's nothing to say that Devonta Smith isn't the one that actually benefits and becomes the alpha on that team, other than, body type, because you just look at the two and you go, well, it's A.J. Brown. But Devonta Smith could go out there and smash too now that the primary coverages are going to be on A.J. Brown. So I like this cheap. I'll take the younger Jets.
Yeah, and I think that getting the extra roster spot here too is if it's like 25-man rosters or something like that, there's definitely somebody I can fill that roster spot with that adds a little bit of value. There's probably a backup running back that I'm okay picking up. So yeah, that's tougher on the surface. I would say give me the 3 pieces, but I mean Shane's right. Eckler, Zeke, and Evans can all have good years. They'll all lose value to where you're basically going to say, okay, next year, what happens if they all post top 24 or better years this year? You're going to go into next year going like, I want X for them. No one will give me even close to X. So I'm basically just going to ride them out until they're gone. So I can see Shane's theory here. I have to think more about this because I have some teams with guys like that.
So this one, hey Joe, by the way, we see you every once in a while. This one right here, what's not discussed enough, and Scott, you're going to do a Dynasty leverage show on this, right? But what's not discussed enough is the difference between an early and late 23 first. I'm okay taking bets on bad teams staying bad and acquiring those picks for an overpay. So yeah, we've got a show that's recorded that's going to be talking some about it. But what do you think right now?
Well, so there's two. I mean, it's a little more complex if we're not going to spend 10 minutes talking about it. But ultimately, the 23 picks are going to be, forget about the players in the class. We're not even talking about who the players are, how good they are relative to the current running backs or the current receivers, the current quarterbacks. All that matters is that the market thinks they're going to be good, which means we need them to have perception that they're going to get the right draft capital and they're going to have some sort of buzz leading up to the draft. You want all your late firsts, all you want is the ability in March or April for people to go, this is going to be a good class. And you have those picks. You don't want it to be like this year where it's like, 109. I don't even want that. Please let me try to get out of every one of these late firsts. You don't want that. That's where you're already drawing dead with those picks. I mean, right now I'm looking at just looking at mock draft database, we have 5 running backs projected to go in the first 58 picks, which is going to be pretty good range for like first round Dynasty running backs, right? That's all higher than like James Cook or Cam Akers or better range, right? Quarterbacks, so we have.
Do me a favor, Scott. First, let's throw out the running back names. So Bijan Robinson, you got Evans. Who do you have as those running backs that are going to go in the top 50? Some odd picks? And
Sean
what do you think? Tucker?
Well, so here's the thing: they have Devin Achane going at 51. I mean, he's 175 pounds. So I'm not. Yeah. I wouldn't. He wouldn't be a name I would include in there. But I'm looking at like
what about Charbonnet,
Sean Tucker. Tank Bigsby, Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't even care who they are. I just care that everyone else sees a second round running back and they go, ooh, that's worth a top 15 pick. That's all I care about. Same with the quarterbacks. I was just having this discussion with somebody earlier today. Like, I don't care what you think about Tyler Van Dyke or Anthony Richardson or Will Levis, or I don't care Spencer Rattler, Devin Leary, any of those guys. All I care about is that we go into, like, I was just looking at the Daniel Jeremiah breakdown today, and he's like, the NFL really likes Will Levis. I don't care if Will Levis sucks. If the NFL thinks he's going to be good and he's hyping him up as a first-round pick, that's what I want next March and April. So I at least have more time to trade my pick. Doesn't mean he's going to go in the first, but if we're going into March and it sounds like 5 quarterbacks could go round 1 and 4 quarterbacks could go, or 4 running backs could go top 50 and 6 receivers could go in the first round, that's 15 picks right there. You're going to be able to trade your 109 for a lot more assets than you could have this year.
These 23 firsts, like, and correct me if I'm off here, but it seems like, so the value of these 23 firsts, we really need these QBs to keep this, to prop this up, right? I mean, we have all of the RBs obviously, but the value of 23 firsts, the QBs are going to be huge, right?
And I think we need the running backs too, but here's the thing. The running back class has enough guys that have had hype for years that all they need is the perception of getting the draft capital.
Yep.
James Cook did not have hype for 3 years. So when he goes in the second round, how did we view James Cook? Oh, that's a fluke. No way he should have been taken in the second round. We never really, now not Shane. Shane's like the highest on James Cook ever. But if you just take James Cook's profile and you slap that into a lot of years, people are going to go, oh, that's easy, a first round pick. Yet this year he's a second round pick and we're not even like super excited to take him late first. You know what I mean? So I think it's just going to be Zach Evans and Tank Bigsby. I don't care if they suck. I just want people saying, oh, they're going to go in the top 60 picks. That's all that I care about for the value of the picks.
That's the thing, Tank Bigsby specifically. Like, it's funny because when you look at rankings, in most rankings, he's lower in the running back rankings. But everyone knows his name. Like, everyone knows his name. So, like, he's going to, as long as he goes in the first 2 days, he's coming off the board early. Like, all these guys are going to come off the board early. It's going to be pretty insane.
You guys...
I'll just say this. I think we're going to look back in probably 6 months and go, there was a lot of moves you could have and should have made by trading away your 112 or 111 to get whatever the current market price is. But I think that as long as those picks hold their value, you can make those deals into next season. Whereas what happened this year, after the fantasy playoffs, okay, what happened this year with your late firsts? What could you buy for the 112 in March? Were you able to get even like Allen Robinson or Mike Evans? You weren't even able to get those players.
Sutton.
Exactly. Yeah. I think that's the difference. It's not that these guys are going to hit. I just want an expanded time to be able to use my picks into the offseason. That's going to be the difference.
Yeah, let's do I see 2 more here. Let's do these 2 trades that I see. And then here we go. We'll start with this. Look at this, perfectly breaking down. Nice clean on the format. Easy to read. Nicely done. Josu Rodriguez. All right, start 10, Superflex, 1.5 tight end premium. Deshaun Watson, Hollywood, Hawk, and a 23 second for Kelsey, Devontae Adams, Field Carr, 23 fourth. Which side do you like?
The Deshaun Watson.
Let's Field Carr.
Do I just get to touch Carr? Or do I actually get
It's like I went and checked to see if that happened to be on the Deshaun Watson side too. Like, it's the really creepy side of the trade. Like, so Deshaun Watson and Field Carr.
You got the better quarterback. You got the much younger wide receiver, much younger tight end, and the better draft pick.
Getting rid of the old people.
You just reloaded your team. So I love the Deshaun Watson side.
So if Watson does get suspended the whole year, this is the kind of trade that I think people will make if they can do this, because I don't think you're going to be able to sell him for even Derek Carr in a lot of leagues, right or wrong. But I think if you can put him in a trade like this.
It's Field Carr. Okay. There was another one here too. Where is it? Field Januszewski. Fields, Jacobs, Clyde, and Gabe Davis for Tom Brady, Fournette, going buck heavy here. 25-second and Jameson Williams. Trying to win now and rebuild next year. You know I love those 2025 picks. 2025 is gonna smash, right, Shane? Okay, I'm taking.
I need the format here because if it's, the gap between Fields and Brady is pretty big.
If it start 11, I might do the Field side.
If it's a super flex and it's at least 10 starters, I'm probably taking the Fields and the other pieces side, and I'm fine giving up the other side regardless of my team build.
Yeah, I don't like this deal, so I won't even make it. I would just go back to the drawing board. But that's again just me.
You just weren't paying attention.
I'm paying attention.
You don't really have anything.
I'm paying attention. It's just some trades aren't worth making. Like I get people get down so far down the path, and they're like, "Well, I have to make this deal now." Like, no, you don't. Pull out.
Well, the thing is why are you
I'm just busted your balls?
If you're trying to win, why are you acquiring Jameson Williams?
He's not going to help you in any way. Yeah, he doesn't help you
on Tom.
Year.
I like the idea of what he's going for. He's trying to have his cake and eat it too by getting Brady, but then also getting younger with the pick and Jameson Williams. But I think you're kind of getting a little too cute by doing 4 for 4. You know what I mean? Target a different trade, like Shane said.
Hold on. All right, two more quick ones here. Austin York, 1 QB PPR, Swift, Diggs, or Pittman, Tyreek Hill, and I'm guessing Elijah Mitchell. So Swift and Diggs, or Pittman, Tyreek Hill, and Elijah Mitchell.
Swift and Diggs, that's the two best players.
Yeah. Okay. And then here is going to be, what do you think? Last one here, G Money, 12-team Superflex, half PPR, start 9, Mike Evans or Jerry Jeudy, and 2 seconds, 24 and 25. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll take the Jeudy side because I want to move off of Mike Evans. If I can't get a first from anyone, then I'll start going down the list of players that are acceptable to me. And look, you got that 20-25 seconds, so that makes it all worth it.
Yeah, I talked to Shane a lot, and I've definitely learned some stuff from him over the last couple months. If the receiver's age says 2.8 or more, gone. Off my team for any receiver breathing oxygen.
Bye Michael Thomas. Everybody who's old.
DeAndre Hopkins, Mike Evans, Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill.
If you're looking at running backs, it's bye Aaron Jones and Zeke. Anyway, how many hit the like button if you didn't hit it yet. We would appreciate that.
And subscribe a few times.
Yeah, and subscribe and whatnot. No, I think everybody, the 77 eyeballs here are subscribers. You have to think so. But
they're awesome.
An hour 32 minutes in, yeah,
definitely. These
appreciate the loyalists. That's awesome.
Yeah, these
they
are
can't
our OGs
figure out how to turn this off.
That's why.
Or they left and just left it up.
Yeah.
This is probably true. No, but we appreciate you guys. We'll do another one next weekend. Right, next Saturday. This is our thing, Shane.
It is our thing.
Yeah. Well, Clay and I are married, so it's just whenever we can get the time. Shane is the wild card. Truly is.
Shane is totally the wild card. He had a barbecue last. Yeah. All right. We will see everyone. I'm going to end the broadcast here. Appreciate you. See you next time.
All right. Be chill, everybody.
Peace out.